starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am glad that we're here together. Thank you indeed for joining in Story Time, and I hope that wherever you are having a wonderful time, and I hope that indeed that you have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you for being here with us. I am glad you're here. And of course, if you're not feeling too well, if things are not going too well, please hold on and just, let's find those people that we can lean on, find the spaces we can lean on, and indeed, hopefully that can help us. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I am glad we're here together. And of course, as we've mentioned this week, we are going to be talking about the topic of losing loved ones, death. And it is a part of us. It is it is a part of our everyday life. And so how do we have those conversations with our little ones? How do we help them understand? And I think through books, they do indeed help break that barrier. And so we can begin to talk about it and not let it be this taboo that we don't talk about. And so then people don't get the help that they need when we are affected. Thank you so much for joining in. And together we learn, together we heal, together we continue to build, right? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am glad that we're here together. Welcome. Please let me know where you're joining in from and who indeed is joining in with you. I am glad that we're here together indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always appreciations, hugs to you. I'll never take this for granted. It is a space that has been a healing space for me, and indeed and a place of empowerment. So I hope that, in a small little sliver, it is the same for you. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And today we will be reading a powerful book, a beautiful book. This one coming from a good friend, Angela DALTON and MARGARITA SIKORSKAIA. And this one is called If You Look Up to the Sky, coming to Story Time after a little bit. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'm glad that you're here. Please get comfortable, get cozy, get ready for that story. And indeed, if you do have thoughts on the topic that we have this week, the theme that we have this week, please do share away. I know that many of us have suffered loss in one way or another, and so what have we found helpful? What is it that has helped us heal? What is it that indeed helps us go through day to day? Because I know this, grief comes in waves, and so how are we able to handle that? And indeed, how have we been able to explain it to our little ones? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and welcome. And of course, sending strength and love to each and every one of you that is joining in today. And of course, those joining us on the recordings, we send you love still. And of course, to the wider community, we send the same positive vibes. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and welcome indeed. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story indeed together. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in. Amanda, where's Sarah and Nathan in hot and overcast Illinois? Oh my goodness. I hope those temperatures go down soon. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am glad that you're here with us, though, Sarah and Nathan. And we hope, like myself here, I hope you have a cool drink that you have with you to just cool you down. Auckland has been not too hot, but indeed I felt it. Last night was worse, so I hope that your heat goes down a little bit. Thank you so much for joining in and welcome. Good morning to you one more time, Amanda. Thank you for joining us. And of course, sending love to Jamie as well. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, April Booker. Thank you so much for joining in. And you say good morning from April. The kids are still asleep, but we'll watch this later. Well, Alicia, Lindley, and Jemison sending you love, 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 love. Indeed, I hope you enjoy the story when you wake up. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Glad that you're here, April. And of course, that's what the holidays are for, right? Sleeping in and enjoying good time with family and friends. Thank you so much for joining in. I am glad that you're here. It is an oak tree. It is an oak tree for Oakland. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you indeed. Yes, repping the town today, as it is fondly called. Thank you so much for joining in, and indeed, absolutely appreciate it. Yes, it is an oak tree with the roots going deep. Oakland. Thank you so much for joining in. Welcome, everybody. Let's get ready for a story. Get comfortable, get cozy. If indeed you have not grabbed your drink yet, this is your time. Go, 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 go. Bring that drink. Bring that stuffy, whatever it is that makes your story time even more comfortable, more cozy, and indeed more beautiful. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll be right back after this short break. Yes, indeed. Thank you, April. I hope that you're enjoying your break as well. Thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. All right, here we go, and we'll be right back after this short message. Join me on the other side. Thank you for being here today on Story Time with us.
Hi, my name is Zetta Elliott, and I am the author of 40 books for kids, including Dragons in a Bag and A Place Inside of Me. You're watching Storytime with Mr. LaMotta.
Thank you so much, Zeta, and welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Story Time. Yes, if you look up to the sky, and of course, Zeta Elliott, author of many, many children's books, including The Witch's Apprentice, which is out now. And of course, if you've not checked out A Place Inside of Me, a powerful poem indeed about, one that just talks about so many issues that happen, especially in the Black community. One, a must read, and indeed a call to action. Thank you so much for joining in. If you look up to the sky, this one coming to you from Angela Dalton and Margarita SIKORSKAIA. And indeed, a big thank you to Angela Dalton for allowing us to read this book right here on Storytime so many times, not just once. Yes, indeed, it has been here a few times already, and I guarantee you it will be back again if you look up to the sky. All right, here we go. If you look up to the sky. Written by Angela Dalton and pictures by Margarita SIKORSKAIA. And this dedication I will always read when I read this book. And here's what it says. For the strong women in my family tree who are resting in peace in the sky and watching over me. And Margarita SIKORSKAIA says, in honor of grandmothers who continue to weave the fabric of wisdom through generations to come. Both those dedications really resound with me and resonate with me. It makes me think of my own mother, my own grandma, whom I love dearly, and the memories shared, the wisdom imparted, and just the guidance given. I appreciate it so much. Yes. And so I hope that you also have in your own lives, have these powerful women, strong women, and down in your family tree who are, some hopefully still alive, but also if they're gone, they're resting in peace and indeed watching over us indeed. Thank you for letting me share a little bit on that. I just feel like, that was something I wanted to talk about today. All right, here we go. When I was a little girl, I used to sit on my grandmother's lap and we would look up to the sky and she would say, when When I was a little girl, I used to sit on my grandmother's lap and we would look up to the sky and she would say, if you look up to the sky when you're feeling lost and see the moon peeking ever so slightly through the clouds, know you're in the place you're meant to be. If you look up to the sky when you're feeling lost and see the moon peeking ever so slightly through the clouds, know you are in the place you're meant to be. Oh, yes, indeed. If you look up to the sky and there is no moon to feel it, don't be afraid. It is the sky telling you to be calm and patient. Good things will happen soon. If you look up to the sky, and there is no moon to feel it, don't be afraid. It is the sky telling you to be calm and patient, because good things will happen soon. If you look up to the sky and it is filled with stars, name one after each of your accomplishments. That way, you're giving something back to the universe that gave you the breath to make them happen. If you look up to the sky and it is filled with stars, name one after each of your accomplishments. That way, you're giving something back to the universe that gave you the breath to make them happen. What is an accomplishment that you can think of today? If you look up to the sky and see a star streak across in its darkness, know that you're special. And like that star, there will never be another like you. Nope. If you look up to the sky and see a star streak across the darkness, know that you are special. And like that star, there will never be another you. Never be another you. You are special. And like that star, there will never be another you. Celebrate yourself. There will be times when you will look up to the sky and it'll be filled with flashes of lightning and dark, gloomy clouds. It is the universe reminding you that even the bad times can be exciting, and you just have to wait for them to pass. There will be times when you will look up to the sky and it'll be filled with flashes of lightning and dark, gloomy clouds. It is the universe reminding you that even the bad times can be exciting, and you just have to wait for them to pass. And you know what? They will pass. I know when you're in the thick of it, it doesn't feel like it at times. But keep that hope. There is a rainbow somewhere. There is a rainbow soon. And those dark, gloomy times will pass. If you look up to the sky and see big, billowing clouds, find as many shapes as you can. It is the universe way of helping you create new dreams. Yes, if you look up to the sky and see big, billowing clouds, find as many shapes as you can. It is the universe way of helping you create new dreams. If you look up to the sky and it is a sea of blue, universe is telling you that anything is possible as long as you don't give up. The universe is telling you that anything is possible as long as you don't give up. And while the sky is endless, the years will go by, life will become busy, and you will forget to look up. And while the sky is endless, the years will go by, life will become busy, and you will forget to look up. But know that you will always find me in the brightness of the full moon. But know that you will always find me in the brightness of the full moon. When you look up to the sky. And that, well, those are our authors, our creators, Angela Darton and Margarita SIKORSKAIA. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I am glad that we're here together. I hope indeed you enjoyed that story. It is indeed a powerful one, and one that for me definitely, just brings back all the good memories, all the time spent with my mom, all the time spent with my grandmother, and I absolutely appreciate it. And I hope too for you it is an encouraging book. It is one that indeed uplifts you today and makes us, remember the good times and think of those. And two, I think for parents too, when it mentions here that, life gets busy and sometimes we forget to look up. I hope that, even in the busy of life that you do find that time that you can sit and relax and also indeed just, get to reflect and also enjoy the love and also, celebrate your little ones. Enjoy the time that you have with them because they do grow up so fast, I've heard. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and kids, enjoy those moments with your parents. It is one of the best times in your life. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and I hope that you enjoyed this lovely book that we had today. If you look up to the sky, and indeed I hope that you do find that time this summer break, I hope you do find that time to look up to the sky, to enjoy it, and to just look at all the different shapes that you can form in the sky. And of course, if the sky is blue, is all blue, remember the universe is telling you something. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am glad we were here and always appreciative of the time that we have together. Indeed, thank you for tuning in. And of course, I hope that, you continue to enjoy stories here on Storytime. And tomorrow we'll bring back another exciting one, another Storytime favorite. And this time we're bringing back the longest Let's Go Boy. This one will be back here coming to you from Derek Wilder and illustrations by Katya Chan. And this one, of course, will be read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. The longest Let's Go Boy coming up again tomorrow. So please do join me for that one. Thank you so much for joining in to Storytime today. Of course, we're reading If You Look Up to the Sky from Angela Darton and Margarita SIKORSKAIA. And indeed, continuing our theme this week of how do we deal with loss? How do we deal with loss of loved ones? And many ways that loss may show up, and we just want to bring that conversation to the fore, and because these things happen, and we do need to be able, to have conversations about them, and indeed look for supports after they've happened. Look for supports that of spaces that we can go to, for healing, and indeed just help that is needed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and I think too it is important that not just when things happen, but we start to prepare, we start to talk, we start to think about these things, so it is not a jolt, a shock to our systems when those things do happen. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I am glad that you were here with me, and I have to make make special mention for one of the books that I find special healing whenever I read it. And this one is Marin and Her Very Bright Star, a story of resiliency. This one coming to you from Laurie Mayer and Ethan Raffler. It is one of those just powerful books. If you can find it at your local library, please do. Just a beautiful, beautiful book indeed to help us talk about grief. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am glad you are here. Let us see one more time who is with us before we say goodbye. Sarah and Nathan, thank you so much for joining in. And of course, Amanda, thank you for joining us out in hot and overcast Illinois. Thank you for being here. I hope indeed you do find that a cool space. And indeed, I hope that Storytime was a cool space for you, was one of those cool spaces for you today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Absolutely appreciate the time we have together. And it is time to whisper good morning to you, April. And of course, we are trying to be quiet so we do not wake up the kids. Alicia, Lindley, and Jameson, thank you so much for joining in Storytime. We appreciate you. I hope indeed you do sleep in long and of course, enjoy Storytime later on. Please leave me a message. Let me know you did watch us, you were here. And so we definitely send you hugs again tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate it. And yes, representing the town today too, for sure. Thank you, April. I hope that you have a lovely day. Good morning to you one more time. Amanda said we hope you get a chance to enjoy the blue skies and searching for shapes in the clouds today too. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You know, even just you saying that in this moment allowed me to just stop for a second and take a breath. And I must say, it feels good. It felt good. And I will make an effort today. I will make an effort to absolutely have that moment where I can just enjoy and just relax. Because it is easy. And I've found myself doing this many times where it's just go. What's the next project? What's the next thing that needs to be done? What's the next assignment that needs to be handed in and so on? And thank you for that reminder. Thank you indeed. You know, it's easy to just say these things and sometimes not practice them. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that, Sarah, Nathan, and Amanda. Thank you so much for that reminder to me too. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Love to each and every one of you. Indeed, let us find that time today. Let us find that moment today when we can indeed look up at the skies and just enjoy and and enjoy the times that we have, enjoy the people that we have with us. I think one book we read here told us that, time is what we have. It is what we have right now. So enjoy it the best way that you can. Thank you so much for being here. Much love from me. And I'll see you again tomorrow for more story time. Join in. The longest Let's Go Boy is coming back to story time. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have a lovely time. And yes, if you're in the Bay Area, a quick message for you. If you're in the Bay Area, please remember to join us for a special event that will be happening at Fairyland, Children's Fairyland. So do join us for that event and we'll be there. Storytime will be there. Yes, July 28th, 5:30 to 8:30. It's fun for the kids, fun for the adults, fun for everybody. Yes, do join in and find those tickets. Go find those tickets and join us for a lot of fun at Fairyland. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. Bye-bye.
Stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be